Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in if this is your first time. My name is Anu, and I am your Psychic Tarot host. So, we're gonna look into the energies for April and what does the month of April hold for you. It's amazing that we're already in the fourth month of the year. I haven't even gotten a handle on what's going on so far, so this is interesting. Just before we start, I think this is definitely time for spring cleaning. For most of us, I had to literally 5 seconds before this, the whole my bowl with the sage and Palo Santo just spilled over, and there were ashes everywhere. So I literally have ashes on my hands right now. So two energies coming through. Of course, the basic is spring cleaning that we gotta declutter, but the biggest one is I'm feeling there's a resurrecting moment. Okay, because the ashes are significant. So a lot of us are gonna feel like we're restarting life over. We are rising from the ashes. So congratulations and embrace the the little bit of the scarring or the dirt that you get from the past experiences. But that was important to get us where we are today. Okay. All right. With that, let's get started. We're going to use the Beyond Lemuria to draw our cover cards, our main theme cards for the three piles. Yeah, you're going to see just like black everywhere today. Maybe black is a good color also to wear, just to like for protection. But yeah, really, everything spilled over. So it's a definitely spiritual significance to it. So we have two already. Let's get one more. We're going to choose three cards from this deck. Again, for those of you you're curious, this is Beyond Lemuria. Let's get one more. I want just one spirit. Okay, so let's look at our options. Option number one, we have card 39, our ancient future. How gorgeous is that? Well, all the cards are amazing in this deck. So that's pile one. Okay. Pile two, we have number 48, surrender. Okay. That's option two. And for pile three, we got card number three. Whoa, pile three. Already angel numbers showing up. Sacral chakra, core of creation. All right, so those are the options for today. Pile one, pile two, pile three. You can choose all of them. You can watch one, two, it's up to you, but go with the one that calls to you the most first, and then proceed from there. All right, so make your selection and I will see you right there. Okay, pile one, welcome to your reading. You chose the first oracle card, number 39, which reduces to a 3. It's funny because all three cards today reduce to a 3. So 333 is what we're seeing anyway, which is all about creation. So we're creating something new. You chose our ancient future. So again, some of you are maybe getting vivid dreams, I have to say at this time. There's a lot of like light language on these cards. These are Beyond Lemuria. And you know, Lemuria was another, what do I say? How do I explain it? Interdimensional ancestry. Okay, so for those of you who feel like you are a star seed or whatever, earth angel, whatever terms you relate to, or simply put, if you feel like you don't really quite fit in here and some things really bother you, it's because you may have ancestry in other realms. Okay, Lemuria tends to be one of those. You may have heard of Atlantis, Andromeda. You may have heard of Lyra, Sirius. Like there's so many. Okay, so anyway, the reason all those are coming up is probably you're somebody who likes to read about those or are curious about those. Just go ahead and dive into it if that's what you're being called to, because we get those messages and lured into those areas for a specific reason, right? Or just for like to waken up our soul. But overall, our ancient future, it is like you're in a place where you'll be able to, as I said, if you missed the intro, I was telling everyone how I completely spilled my bowl of sage and Palo Santo, and then the ashes were everywhere. And then I had to like, just before starting a pilot, just clean up my hands and everything. And that's the significance of like, you know, the ashes from the past kind of cleanse us and get us ready for the future. And this is very similar because you're going to use some past experiences to plant the seeds for your future. There is a lot of wisdom that is awakening in you. You're really surrounded by your angels, by your ancestors, by your spirit guides, whatever higher power you believe in. There's a lot of guidance and a lot of, I feel like in your dream state, quite a bit of information may be coming down. So April is going to be interesting. And I see all these pearls. They look like pearls of wisdom. So there is growth. There is new creation, but it is also coming from a place of not like starting from point zero, but actually starting from a lot of ancient knowledge that is already within you, okay? So interesting. So let's see what we get. Spirit, help me tap in further into pile 1 and see what April has in store for them. So we'll just draw our oracle cards first. I'm going to draw them all out. We're going to use 4 decks. This is Wisdom of the Oracle. And then we will get right into it. So pile 1, Spirit, pile 1. What does April have in store? Really? Okay, we're getting 2 for you. Okay, 1 card, Spirit, per oracle deck, 1 card. We're gonna get an astrology card. Let's see. Pile 1 for April. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And last but not the least, let's get one from the Moonology deck. So April is the month where our first eclipse is happening. We're starting the eclipse season. It's in Aries, and it's about like 19th or 20th of April. Okay, so I wanted to incorporate the Moonology deck just in case. Okay, so let's see what we have for my beautiful pile 1. We got 2 of these cards, so let's take a look at those first. We have To the Sea, number 7. And we have Thinker, 44. So Master number 44 showing up for you. Okay, this looks like a strategy month. I see like, you know, wisdom strategy that's coming through. Maybe some of you are thinking about moving or moving jobs or just moving homes, or actually going on a physical journey or a metaphorical journey. For those of you on the metaphorical journey, again, this is both these combinations are telling us about what we were discussing here, like learning about other realms, about our ancestry, where did we come from, you know, what were the different star seeds, what's Lemuria, what's, you know, Pleiadian system, what's the Syrian system, all of that stuff. You may be reading on that. If you do, comment below. Drop me some hints as well, as I'm always curious and trying to learn more and more. But for others of you, this is again like a change of direction to the sea. You see this big compass over here. You're changing your direction into something that really calls you. 7 is the number of spirituality. So this is your inner compass is taking you in a different direction. And don't overthink it for those of you, because you're very divinely protected. Yes, you should have a strategy. You should build a plan, but don't get caught into over analysis that's coming through. But definitely some movement forward based on the experiences and the knowledge that you've had so far. Okay, let's see what we have here. We have Chiron. Yeah, we're healing. Number 28 reduces to a 10 or to a 1, which is 10 is endings and 1 is a beginning. So for you, what might be particularly important is the month of April and up until mid-May, or is it now? Just watch where Jupiter is aligning with Chiron, is conjunct, meaning Chiron is a wounded healer and Jupiter brings blesses and expands everything. So there may be like triggers at times that may pop up. That was something that used to bother you in the past, but as it pops up, you'll notice it. but then you'll react less and less. And that's the healing journey. Okay, so for some of you, it's typical, like literally a healing journey that this is representing over here. I'm going to try and get them all here like that because we need space for tarot. Okay, so there's definitely a healing journey that's happening. Community. Oh, look at that rainbow and all those butterflies. So again, this is the, rising out of the pressure of the cocoon. The butterflies really represent similar, like a gentler rebirth energy. And the rainbow always talks about, the struggle is over, coming into beautiful times where you'll start receiving the rewards for all the hard work that you've put in. So things are coming to light. The storm is over, I hear, and hopefully all these crazy weather storms are over all across the world. But there is a beautiful light, and by light I mean like not just the physical light also, but a feeling of lightness, that you're going to feel much lighter with like the wings of a butterfly as you heal through some of the past experiences and issues. And then we have a win-win outcome is forecast full moon in Libra. So we may have Libras in the group, or you may be dealing with a Libra. Don't have to, but there's definitely positivity coming out of this with the positive outcome for whatever your journey is, whatever area of life this relates to. Okay, it's looking very positive. So a lot of healing, a lot of lightness, a new sense of direction, and also a lot of it driven by you internally is what I'm seeing here, based on the experiences and the knowledge that you've learned over the years, over your lifetime. Okay, we're going to use the Modern Witch Tarot to see what we get. Spirit for pile 1, a beautiful pile who's healing, going on, conquering, getting on a journey, conquering everything. Woo! The cards are flying. Where'd it go? What do they need to know? There you go. Fresh journey, fresh ideas with the Page of Swords. This card went flying out. So again, I feel, keep a dream journal. I keep getting that, or some way of recording ideas that come to you, because they're going to come flying. Some of you are embarking on a creative journey. This is ideas that you get. Please do write them down, because the cards, the Page of Swords was literally flying, and it's also communication. Okay, so Page of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Let's get all the cards out. Maybe 3 more, Spirit. Pile 1, April. 2 Knights. Okay. Let's see, bottom deck. We have 2 pages and 2 Knights. This is very interesting. You have the Swords and the Wands. So, thinker and passion, both of them coming up. Let's see. I'm really curious now to uncover the other ones. So we got, this one was next. Wow, look at that. The World card, 10 to the 1. Ending old cycles, beginning new ones. We have the Knight of Wands, and what is this person here? 7 of Wands. So there's a, this is the energy that I was talking about. Some of the triggers may come up because you may feel that you've been in defense mode too long, but that time is coming to an end, okay? Look at how, if you look at, it's interesting. You may or may not resonate with this, but at the end of the day, your mind and your spirit is converging and wanting to start something new. Okay, so a lot also comes from like the direction of the cards and the direction of the images in the cards. And what it's really showing me is like, you've been here for a long time, okay? You haven't really had the chance to figure out what is it that really inspires you, because you were dealing day to day and trying to heal and trying to like handle situations and people, and just like trying to navigate life in general, right? That's what the 7 of Wands tells us over here. But all along, there's been like this spark within, and the way you saw this card fly out, okay, finally it just clicks. Everything just clicks into place, okay? And you know that you are going in a certain direction with your passion and also with your heart. So the swords are talking about our intellectual energy, so mercurial energy coming up over here. The wands talk about what brings us excitement. It's the fire within. And the cups really talk about like, well, actually it also makes us happy. And that's why we're inspired by something, because it genuinely makes us happy, but it's slowly the actual plan is falling into place. That's why we have one page of swords here. That's the thinker energy, is like, all right, I know I do not want to continue on this path. I know I want to heal this chapter and move on. And of course, like I didn't catch, I mean, I called it out, but I didn't catch the word community. You may also be coming into like a new set of people that are going to be like your guiding light almost, I feel like. But that's happening because you're driven towards this new beginning, okay? But no, finally, it may have been like, okay, where do I start is where this happens. That's where the thought process kind of kicks in. But there's no longer the time to like have to keep our defenses up, because, you know, we don't need to defend anymore because we've done our inner healing, right? And nothing, I would say, it's interesting. We go through experiences in our lifetime because we're trying to learn our lessons, right? And the learning journey is always spiral. If you know the 369, the Fibonacci series, it always like grows and grows and grows in the perfect angle. That most things in nature have that geometry, the sacred geometry. And the idea is, like, especially with Chiron showing up, nothing like ever fully 100% leaves our system. Okay, because there's some embedding in our soul of the experience. But what happens is when the same thing keeps coming around and around, we have grown so much over the cycles that we, as I said earlier, we stop reacting and we start responding. So you'll feel that you're coming into a time where you don't jump to react to people anymore. You see that a lot of it is their own, perception of themselves that they project onto you. Start learning and learning, but that doesn't mean that, when it happens again, it doesn't pinch a little. It does. But the idea is that pinch goes down and down and down and down to a point where like it's just like, like being poked by, the back of a feather, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't really, it's like, it's there, but then you quickly move on. That's the level of growth that I'm seeing for you, and April is going to kick that off. We definitely have a win-win outcome. There is a lot of healing. There's a lot of resurrection here, and it's all kind of an accumulation of all the knowledge and experiences that you had so far is finally helping you move through a new chapter. Okay, so with 2 pages, 2 nights, again, and then look at the bottom, just 10 of Pentacles just showing itself. So there's a lot of abundance, prosperity, longevity, and stability that is coming to you. But with 2 pages, 2 nights, what I'm seeing is a fresh journey, fresh energy, pretty much like clearing out the past and starting over, okay? So Spirit, what is the advice? Is there a specific advice for my pile 1 to harness this energy? What do they need to know? What is the advice? You have the 7 of Swords, 2 sevens, actually 3 sevens at the table. Got the 6 of Swords, and then we got these 2. Okay. And let's see, bottom deck, there is our Ace again, the Ace of Wands. So definitely a new beginning, and you'll be called to embrace that. Let's just put this here and get you your advice card sorted out. So we have the 7 of Swords, okay, and we're talking about advice, so I'll walk you through it, what it really means, because that's coming up in a 7 of Swords. We have another 5 of Swords. That's quite telling. We have the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. Oh my goodness, look at, I think I have to draw I have to pull out the Angel Numbers deck for today's reading, because so many repeating numbers are coming through. I was going to do Archangels, but I'm going to do both now. We've got 7, 7. We've got, where was the other 7? Where was the other 7? Where was the other 7? There. Okay, so we got 777. We've got 2 6s here. So 6 6 7 7 7, and then we've got the ending and the beginning all coming together. So with these coming as your advice cards is, again, just practice, and keep thinking and looking at the future rather than the past. That's what the 7 of Swords, and especially coming right after the 7 of Wands, is telling us, is You know, we've been in this energy of these two sevens over here where we've been defensive and we needed to. Okay, this is not about judgment or like passing any, you know, judgment. This is about, yes, we have to. This is survival instinct. We have to do our best. And sometimes, yes, we have to like really stand up for ourselves. But what we have to watch out for is that that doesn't become a habit, that we're not always reactive and we're not always like, you know, what is it called? Like, you know, somebody who's snappy, right? Why are they snappy? Because they've had to endure it for a very long time. So what Spirit is saying here is like, you know, it's time to let that energy go. It's time to embrace this new passion, this new journey. It's time to end the old chapters. Focus on that. You have the Six of Cups and Six of Swords. Again, you have the right people coming through. You also have people like guiding you through your new path where you're moving towards calm waters. This choppy water stuff is over. You'll have people like guide you through it. So get ready for that. Get ready for a smooth sailing time and walk away from petty arguments. So these are trust issues. Seven of Swords and then Five of Swords is like petty arguments. Now, again, as I said, this comes from our experiences and then having to deal with the same experience over and over again. And then it's almost like a, you know, different person, same jacket or same ego. And then we have to face them again and again. And it just seems like the cycle repeats. But Spirit is saying, it literally, like as what we were discussing before the cards came out, is like, you know, with time, every occurrence, it has less and less an impact of you because you have healed so much that you realize it's not you, it's the other person. And you just like, you know, learn to walk away from petty arguments. And that is going to grow your trust over time and just look at people and yourself with a lot of compassion. I know Six of Cups is like friends and, you know, embracing our inner child because that's what we're trying to do here. But it's really like bringing that compassion and making that our default scenario or our default, let's say, response should be compassion, both to ourselves, because this is our inner child, and also to others. So if you come across these people or situations that trigger you, just go back to this energy. It's like, it's a pretty small energy, but know that, you know, this is the time where you have to pick your battles and you're like, nope, this is just not worth it. Because I'm excited about this new beginning and I want to just go towards that and keep that inner fire lit. That's what the recommendation is coming through. Because this card wanted to pop out, I wanted to just see. So Four of Wands, yeah, there's celebrations, there's stability, there's alignment in your life. And for some of you, it could also be like a, you know, uniting with a soulmate that is coming through. So let's see what our angels have to say. This is the Master Angel or Master deck with 3 different angel oracle cards. Let's see what Spirit wants to say, and then we'll also grab your angel number deck. So Spirit, what does pile 1 need to hear? But this, for this pile, I'm not specifically getting like, oh, it's a job, it's a relationship. It's just life. It's big, and it's just like you are entering a different life stage is what I'm hearing. Okay, let's get a couple more. I got one out already. So let's get one. Let's get one more. Okay, so the first one out, we have teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel saying, keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. There's your thinker. There's your mercurial energy, the strategy energy that we talked about, the wisdom that's coming through even with the first card. We have overcoming difficulties. Look at that. Archangel Jeremiah saying, the worst is now behind you and you are surmounting any previous challenges. Love it. Love it. Absolutely. And last but not least, we have a time marker a year from now. So a year from now, you're going to be a completely different person. As I said, the eclipse cycle is starting. April is the beginning of the first eclipse. Let me grab my angel deck. But it's like you're going to look back and say, how did I even come out of those experiences? Let's get that. Sorry, I was looking on the other side, so my voice may have been interesting. But yeah, it's going to be, you would be unrecognizable by next year completely. Some of you, I think, could be like really moving and like, embracing new experiences, new lifestyle. I don't know. This is like big change over here. So if you still remember this in a year from now, come back and drop a comment or comment anyway to what this journey is and what you're working on, because you're definitely working on something new. It could be job interviews, it could be relocation, it could be health and fitness, meditation, reading, whatever you're doing, starting a course, something like that. Okay, so let's get you your angel number for April. Your angel number and message, Spirit, for pile 1. I literally cannot make this up. We've already seen, so you got 2 777s. This is amazing. We're gonna take it. We are going to take it. All right, so this says, I am in the flow. And as I told you right here, 7 is the number of natural alignment. You have 777, you have 777. And your message is, your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness in your soul. And yeah, your affirmation is, I am in the flow. Okay, so just go with the flow. Do not overthink it, as we looked over here in the beginning, because things are really lining up and you're moving on to really calm waters. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 1. If you like the reading, do give it a big thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Every click helps the channel grow. I would really, really appreciate it. With that, I wish you much love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the second oracle card. This is from Beyond Lemuria, and it's number 48, Surrender. This also reduces to a 3. I was telling pile 1, all the cards today, actually, the base number is 3. So interesting energy for 3 is for creation, and you have surrender. So there is something definitely creating with spirit that you're working on. There's also for some of you, beyond the spring cleaning and the cleaning or mental clutter that I talked about in the intro, it's also a time to actually hang back. This is the hangman energy, where it's telling you, you may be in a situation where you have to wait for certain things to line up, or for some decision to come through, or some outcome. It could be anything, like a court case, or you're waiting on hearing back from your interviews, or you're waiting to hear back whether you can travel or not, something like that you're waiting on. And this energy is just saying, like, take the time. Take the time. I'm clearly hearing, like, don't stress out about things, because it's like, you're just like losing energy that way. This is definitely like a sequential event or something that you're waiting on. So keep putting in your action, because we are in Aries season, and April also has like both Aries and, is it Taurus after it? Yeah. So this is the time for action, but don't get stuck on the anticipation of the result. That's where you have to really release control. Just put your action in, and then sit back and relax. Take a mini vacation, whatever you need to do. But there's definitely an energy of internal slowing down on the results piece, but not on your effort. I hope I'm making sense. It's like, like we're job hunting, where we have to continue applying, and we have to, like, if we do, what is that called? The LinkedIn premium subscription, and yes, reach out to recruiters, in-mail them, all of that stuff. But then, just know that, yes, you've done your part, and then let the universe bring the best one to you. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. But there's definitely, again, the number 3 is an energy of creation, and this is an energy of the hangman, which means you need to slow down on the anticipation and on the anxiety that you may be having. Okay, all right, so for pile 2, Spirit, help me tap in further into pile 2. We're going to draw 4 oracle cards for you from 4 different decks. This is the wisdom of the oracle, and then we're going to get into the reading. So let's see. Pile 2. Let's get you an astrology card from the, I think this is called the Astro deck. Pile 2, Spirit, what do they need to know for the month of April? Use the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And last but not least, because we do have a solar eclipse kicking off in 3rd week of April, I wanted to bring in the Moonology deck. So pile 2, Spirit, what are the energies? That's too many cards for pile 3. Okay, I kind of shook all my cards. I wonder what that is. I want to start here because this one wants to come out. Have faith in your dreams. Look at that. Exact same energy as we were talking about the surrender energy. Okay, so have faith in your dreams. Don't stress too much. It's just like creation is a sense of ease. Okay, if you're getting too stressed out and you're getting too anxious about something, you're almost actually jinxing the energy. You know, manifestation is an interesting way, and you know, I do believe like you have to put the effort in, and then after that we have to release. It can't just like magically appear. I mean, I'm not in that school of thought. That sounds a little woo-woo, but it's like, yeah, okay, what can we do? It's like, have faith and also know what is meant for you will not pass you by. Well, maybe off is our human timeline, or what do you say, expectation of the human timeline versus what the divine sees as the right time. But don't lose faith at all. Have faith in your dreams. Okay, so let's see. The first one out here, we have a change in the wind, number 12, another 3. You see, reduces through a 3. So definitely things are changing, and it's let me just look at this one. No, it's just the leaves. Okay, I thought the zebra stripes were flying off. No, it's just the leaves that are kind of flying all over. And you know, with the compass over here, there is a change in direction. It's a similar theme to pile 1, but in a very different way. For this pile, the things that are changing are less in our control, and they're more what's the lack of a better word, macroeconomic, let's say. So and this is why a surrender card is coming out. It's like, okay, for example, if there are changes at work, or there are upcoming changes at work, because that's what the surrender card says, right? And there is not much we can do about it, okay? I mean, unless we have a seat at the table. You know, most non-C-level people do not have a seat at the table. So that could be an example. It's like, okay, we know some changes are coming at work, and we have to just wait it for like whatever, a few weeks before announcements come through, and then we'll know what's happening, okay? That's the sort of an example that I'm getting here. Or let's say, you know, well, if you're in partnership with your significant other, and you had plans of like, you know, staying in a particular location for, let's say, the next 3 years, but something has changed or is changing. Either their job or your job is changing, or, you know, you're welcoming another member of the family, you have to expand, you have to move, or something else goes on, right? So it's a little bit outside of your personal action that is changing. And Spirit is just asking you, like, look, the universe is shifting things around you. And you may not see it in the moment, but that's where your faith needs to be your biggest tool in your toolkit, is what I'm hearing. So it's things are going to change, but that's a change for the better and for creation of something new. So it's for the positive, but I'm really picking up that you may be feeling like those butterflies in your stomach are feeling a little uncomfortable because you don't know which direction yes, the wind is shifting, but in what direction is what you're unclear on. And that's okay. That's how the universe is kind of unfolding it slowly, one step at a time. Okay. So let's see what we have. We have the moon perception, and with this waxing crescent moon. So we got 2 moon energies here. Perception, okay, and this reduces to a 10. So endings and beginnings are at play, and it's almost giving me like, it gives both like the full moon and the crescent moon impression to me. And of course it shows the phases of the moon around the wheel, but the moon talks about things that are hidden. Okay, it's the same energy. It's the same message over and over that we're getting. no matter what you do, okay, you will not be able to uncover the final news or announcement till you actually get to that timeline. Okay, I can. This applies to me so much. I mean, it's not even funny. I mean, if I told you, like, oh, I can tell you, like, I'm also waiting on something because we know there are upcoming restructuring announcements, and there's like a month out, literally in April. So very similar situations. So some of the examples are very, very related to that. So please do adapt it to your situation because it's going to be different for everybody. But the moon card tells us, like, you know, there is a reality. The truth always comes out. The light always comes out. There is always morning after night. But the part of the faith is like, you know, even if something doesn't go your way, have faith that that's exactly the best thing that could happen for you. The moon can also talk about our fears and about, because we can't see in the dark, it takes a little bit of time for our eyes to adjust to find objects in the dark. But it's just having that faith and navigating with our intuition and just having a basic plan in place of, like, if then else, whatever happens, what would be your plan of action? Because you can see the changes coming. It is not visible to you exactly how it's going to pan out, but it's like, okay, just have a handle on emotions. Don't let the emotions and the fear or anticipation overpower your peace. That's what's coming through over here, okay? And then we have wonders. Look at this card. You have the amethyst over here. So again, the color seems pretty similar, blue and purple. This one is also blue and purple. This is purple. So blue, purple might be very helpful colors for you. Blue is the third eye chakra and the purple is the crown chakra. And this is saying wonders, with this amethyst is for the crown chakra. So there is, like, your imagination is quite active right now, and you're also getting a lot of messages. An amethyst may help you. It is the, I think, one of the most common stones that we tap into for raising our vibration and getting in touch with our intuition. It may really help if you can, like, find, like, even a small piece of amethyst around. If not, just use the colors, right? Purple flowers, purple, I don't know, outfits, something like that. That may really help you. But there is something, like, again, your curiosity is, like, running on all cylinders. But hidden in there are these pieces of wisdom that you just need to fine tune that's coming out. So it's just like pretty much like harnessing the energy of the crystal, right? So harnessing the energy of your creativity is what I'm getting from this, because you have a pretty dreamy energy over here, okay? Maybe some of you like to dabble in, like, some creative craft, like art or something you used to do. It may be time to, like, bring that back. You know, it's this imagery over here. This card is also giving me the impression of, you know, they have those meditation coloring books with mandalas and animals and different themes. Some of you may really find that very helpful, especially during this time when you're being asked to surrender, because there's literally a timeline that you have to wait for to hear something back, okay? But how do you clear your energy? But know that you're getting a lot of divinely guided messages at this time. Okay, the change is in the wind. So let's see what tarot has to tell us. We're using the Modern Witch Tarot. So Spirit, help me tap in more into pile 2. Let's see, what do they need to hear? What does pile 2 need to hear? Look at that clarity of thought. What? Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. You got 2 new beginning, 2 aces, ending. Look at that energy. And the cards are just, like, coming out so fast. Okay, let's get maybe 2 more. Let's see. Okay, 2, 3 more. Okay, the King of Pentacles. And the 3 of Cups. Look at how beautiful this energy is. And the bottom deck energy, wow, we have the 9 of Cups. Amazing. So that's what I'm saying, is like, you're stressing out for no reason. And I want to reiterate the fact that, yes, you know, this is a little bit outside of your control, whatever is going on in your life, because I keep getting that it's not just you. It's not just you. And you can't sway the decision or not the decision. That's probably too polar a word. You can't sway the outcome in your power, but whatever the outcome is, it's going to make you extremely happy. Okay, you're going to sit pretty, enjoy it. It's going to lead to new beginnings, things that are going to actually inspire you intellectually and inspire you like within, like the fire within. It's going to light up your spirit. You're finally going to be able to put down all these wands that you've been carrying, because you know it's like she's also taking them, picking them up and taking them somewhere. Almost gives me the energy of like clearing out the clutter, and it's like I've carried these burdens for too long. It's got to go. I need to make room for something new. So some of you may be like going on a cleaning spree. Also a very way to surrender is to like just do a deep spring cleaning, and then it's very appropriate to prepare for April. But whatever the case, you have King of Pentacles and Three of Cups and Nine of Cups. Okay, there's celebration, there is stability, and there's recognition. And oh, I'm like trying to move the whole deck and this card wants to stay, and I kid you not, look at that, the Sun. The Sun is coming out. Okay, the Sun is the happiest deck or happiest card in any deck, and you've got the Nine of Cups and the Sun. So both really talking about ultimate happiness. This is going to bring you joy. So for example, that example that I said, where let's say you're in a partnership and you decided to stay in a place, but now you have to move. This is like the up and move card, but you're going to a new place that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. It's actually going to make you feel top of your game. And you're also going to come into a new friend circle with the Three of Cups over here. If you're having kids, like as I said, some of you may be adding a family member. There's going to be a lot of happiness, and it's going to bring you, like, again, a lot of fulfillment is what I'm getting from this change, whatever is changing this month. So embrace it. I would say lean into it in the sense like, you know, yes, it's uncomfortable, but look at how stable you're going to be once this timeline moves, or when this event happens. After that, no matter what, you're going to be very secure. You're going to celebrate that you were finally able to put down these wands, and then really find that really creative spark. And that creativity is a theme today. It's a theme for April, regardless of which pile you pick. And the number threes are very common. But you have two aces, okay? Your desires and your mind, both are going to be lit. Okay, both are going to be on fire. And then we have the fire here with the Sun card. But everything, it's not just happening in the mind or the mental state or in the desire state. We have like the solid footing here. Okay, so you're going to be very, very stable. Oh, awesome. I love it. See, all the change, all the anticipation, the perception. Do not fall in the trap of analysis paralysis. Just go with the flow at this point, okay? So Spirit, do you have any specific advice for pile one to harness this energy? So we got Judgment. Okay. Let's get maybe like three more. Whew. So we got the King of Cups. There is that emotion. That's his biggest strength. Very in tune with his emotions or her emotions. Very in tune with their emotions, but does not let the emotions overpower them. We have the Hermit. Just, you know, go within when you're not able to control the external. Let's get maybe one more. Woo! That's too many. The Moon's coming out again. So I'm going to take the ones that flipped over or showed their face. But I can't help it. We also have these beautiful. We have two pages and the Magician also that came out. But these are the ones that showed their face again. Okay, there we go. The Hermit energy, the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Moon. Look at that. You have the Sun and the Moon. I would have loved for the Star to come out as well. So after the Moon, the Sun always comes out. This is already what we talked about. With the advice over here for you is, look, this is like, it's almost judgment time, right? Whatever we're talking about that's happening around us in our environment, it is because there is a big judgment moment happening. And this won't involve just you. It's a larger collective thing that's happening over here. So the truth is going to come out. It's going to be you're going to be called, and this is Archangel Gabriel. You're being called to like leave what doesn't resonate with you back in the closet and come out. These people are like rising up. So it's all about rising up, elevating, ascending, waking up to the reality and to your true north and to your own value, instead of like just going with the, you know, the most popular word or the most popular thing that people around us are doing. So this is a big judgment moment. And then your advice is like lean into it. What is your truth? What really lights up your fire? And focus on that. Focus your energy on that. Don't let emotions overpower you. There is still an energy of like not trusting the system, or not trusting, like, you know, not having enough faith, and sometimes doubting ourselves. But it's like when that happens, go within, calm energy, meditate, whatever it takes. Shut out from the news. You know, if you have like a lot of notifications or news notifications on your phone, turn them off, okay? Or reduce the what do you call it? The occurrence or the cadence of those, how often you get those news updates, because something in your environment is still kind of causing these triggers with the moon, right? Something is inducing more fear, but the fact is you're actually not supposed to have any fear with the cards that we saw. So go within, do what you have to do to shut out the noise and the clutter, and just like know that, you know, no, your emotions are actually directing you in the right direction. What is your true north? Focus on that, and don't get lost in the uncertainty. Okay, that's coming through very clearly for this pile. Okay, so let's see what angels have to say. We're going to draw 3 cards from my Master Angel deck. What does pile 2 need to hear, angels? Yeah, it's a waiting game. I know it sucks, but it's what it is. Take a mini vacation, spend time outside, you know, exercise, meditate, do some art, whatever works for you. So we got 1 and 2 and then 3. Okay, let's take a look. So the first one out, we have Passion, Archangel Haniel, saying trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So that's the aces. That's the renewed passion, or the new passion that we're talking about. It could be love, could be career, whatever is exciting you, go after that. And we have your home is protected by angels. This is the Archangel Michael message. And there's a little prayer here that says, Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask that you post guardian angels at each window and door, ensuring its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so that I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, or taxes. Look at that. Very practical, very King of Cups, King of Pentacles type of energy coming through. And last but not the least, we have gentleness. Look at that. Archangel Sandalphon saying, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments, because I really have a feeling that you're stressing out, and it's just like time to, like, you know, be gentle, be kind to yourself. Okay, let's get you. Okay, there it is. Right off the bat. I'm just going to take the first one out, which is a 00. This is the angel number deck, or messages deck, and your affirmation is I am observant, and the message here is angels ask for your attention. Open your eyes, listen, and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without any delay. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. Okay, and zeros again are it's the most complete number. Okay, it's the end and it's the beginning. Everything starts from 0 and everything ends at 0. So it's pretty much like a whole cycle of life, and it's funny how these are like cycles as well, right? All these circles. I was talking about sacred geometry in the first pile. It's coming back again. Some of you may be interested in that, just to learn about sacred geometry and the shapes. But 0 is like nothingness and everythingness at the same time. I didn't say it very well, but that's what this is. It's like being observant about it, but then knowing that, yeah, things have to change. Something has to end for something new to begin. And that's where we have to lean in, okay? But surrender to the divine while having faith in your dreams, and also having faith in the fact that whatever is meant for you will not pass you by. If it passes you by, it was not meant for you. And only divine knows that, or your higher self, whatever higher power you believe in. So that's what I have for you, pile 2. Do drop a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you made it so far. Every click helps. Like the reading. Share with a friend or two. See it as an energy exchange. I would really appreciate it. But I wish you the absolute best, and know that I'm with you in this journey. This is not even funny how closely this resonates to me personally. And just so you know, yeah, I am taking a 1 week off while I'm waiting on things. So just do what you can, but yeah, don't let the things kind of overpower you emotionally. Okay. Wish you much love and light. Have a fantastic April, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the 3rd oracle card, pile 3, card number 3, sacral chakra, the core of creation. And actually, all piles today got a base number 3. So there's a big creative energy around us at this time, but for you specifically, you have the sacral chakra. This is the 3rd chakra, and the major 7 chakras. Again, there are hundreds, but we normally talk about the 7 main chakras. And this is the 3rd one, which talks about our sexual power, our creative power. This is where life begins. This is where we get the big spark within, our spirit lights up. And then with the and this is from Beyond Lemuria, by the way. And with the snake, again, there's a kundalini rising. There's a lot of sacred geometry here all the way. Like, again, this is a chakra itself, but it's also giving me the crown chakra vibe. So there's a creative inspiration that is available to you, within you. Tap into that, because almost with the wings, I feel like that's going to take flight. So some creative idea, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a YouTube channel, maybe it's your Instagram, something that you've been thinking of creating or are slowly chipping away at it. April seems like a very good month to follow through on that. Okay, the timing looks really good for that. I don't know if the letter C is important to you or relevant to you. I don't know. I see a lot of C's here, so which is strange. I don't usually get alphabets, but C is coming through, and then number 3. So time for creation. Also, you may have a higher sex drive this month. Again, if you have the option, take advantage of it. Have fun with it. But there's definitely a big creative seed that's happening. Oh, some of you may be getting pregnant. So if that's not something you want, or your partner may be getting pregnant, if you don't want that, take precaution, because this is a very, very fertile month overall. Okay, so let's draw all your oracle cards. Spirit, tap me further into pile 3, the very creative pile. Let's see what we have in store for them in April. What are the overarching energies? So draw one from the wisdom of the oracle. We'll draw 4 oracle cards and get right into it. Let's get an astrology card. This is I think the Astro deck. This is how I know it. Let's see. Pile 3, April. Okay. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And last but not the least, the Moonology deck, the Moonology Oracle, because we do have our first solar eclipse, or whatever, eclipse of the year, 3rd week of April. It's the eclipse in Aries. So I wanted to incorporate this deck. Ooh, we're getting 2 for you. Okay, we'll go with it. So let's see. The first one out for you, pile 3, is chaos and conflict. This is so funny. Some of you may be coming from pile 2. It's possible, because that's where we got the card with the zebra, and I felt this energy there because I looked at it closer, feeling like the zebra stripes were flying away. But this is the actual card. And I don't know, spirit is so amazing. I still every single time get goosebumps. Look at this. What is this number? And what is this number? So you got 333. And this is why I started seeing like number synchronicities in pile 1. So I decided to add the Angel Number Oracle deck to the readings today as well. I have another deck that I'm using anyway, but this is what's happening. Something is lining up, okay? I feel like with the eclipse season, with the nodes eventually shifting into Aries and that's the opposite, Libra, there is some new shifts because Aries is the beginning of the zodiac, okay? And for you, this is a very new creative time, okay? What's coming through for this pile, because I'm getting the Aries and some of you may be Aries, like Aries rising, it's possible, or sun or moon, doesn't matter. And you don't have to be, but because it's the beginning and the eclipses are coming through and the nodes are coming through, to me, it looks like the next year and a half is going to be big for you, or it's all about changes. In creating something new, it's almost such a resurrection. It's not even resurrection. It's a recreation of an identity. Does that make sense? That was a very interesting play of words that's coming through. But you're going from pretending to be a giraffe because that's what you've been asked to be or asked to live as, to fit in and to thrive and survive, honestly, in the situations that you've been in this lifetime. But finally, you reached a time in your life where you're finally rising up, okay? The facade is lifting off. You're shedding the skin, or you're shedding the makeup, or you're shedding the, let's say, the uniform or the mask that you had to wear to survive, to blend in, to fit in. But you're no longer afraid of who you are, okay? It's almost like for a very minority of you, it's also like coming out of the closet type of energy that's coming through very strongly. It's not going to apply to everyone, but it's going to apply to the identity, to your core, who you are. And that's why, see, I said the letter C is very important. Look, chaos, conflict, core, creation, chakra, of course. So, this is very interesting for me as a reader because alphabets don't speak. But the funny thing is the letter C is also the third alphabet. This is just nuts. This is nuts. So look, whatever creative ideas you have, if it's a book, if it's an art, if it's a, as I said, a channel, an outlet, a media outlet, tap into, go to your natal chart and see where Mercury is at and how that's affecting you. But whatever it is, like, you can build a plan for it now. It's whatever you're starting, it's going to really grow over the next year and a half. But April may be that time when it just like kicks off. Okay, you finally get to it. But you're coming out of the chaos and conflict that kept you in a certain mode of life, okay? We have Gemini, cross-pollinate. What is going on over here? We have another 3. This is third house. This is communication, and this is also, it can also be short distance travel. So, maybe like your local travel picks up your community. Third house is our elementary education, our basic skills, our core skills, our colleagues, our siblings. The people that we don't choose ourselves fall in the third house. But with the cross-pollinate again, and this house is ruled by Mercury, okay? Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So there's a lot of creative thing coming through, again, with the number 3. But with Gemini, maybe you have actually 2 creative things, because Gemini is the twin sign. You have two threes over here. So you may have a couple ideas, and you may be in 2 minds of which one do I go with. I would say try them both. With so many 3s coming out. This is amazing. There's a lot of creative energy around you. And cross-pollinate looks like something you could for example, if you have an Instagram, what is it called? A page? I don't know, whatever, business page. You could cross-post it to other platforms. Like, if you're doing something social media, you can do what you're doing on one outlet, one channel, and leverage it onto another. For example, if you do YouTube stuff, you can also repost it or reshare it on, I don't know, Reddit or Instagram or whatever, TikTok. You can do shorts from TikToks and vice versa, right? Something like that, where cross-pollinate is coming through and you can use your close network to promote some of your stuff. Okay, that's highly positive, looking very positive at this time. Interesting energies. We do have patience. Okay, so with the big bird, I don't know what bird this is. Looks like an egret to me. I could be wrong, but I'm seeing like, you know, taking flight. Like this will take flight. You will take flight if this is how you're reading this energy. But yeah, it does take a little bit of time. Okay, everything that we create, of course, has to go through the stages of creation to actually come into full bloom. So just be patient with the timing and be patient with yourself. Okay, you're going through a massive change. This is not an easy feat. Like, let's say however old you are, does not matter. It's all about a sustained image that you had for the majority of your life, and now you're switching it around. Okay, that takes patience, that takes diligence, and that also takes guts and glory is what I'm hearing, right? So you're gonna get there. Okay, so don't give up hope and don't get impatient with it. Things will line up when you line up with your inner core. So we have nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, we have a mutable moon, and then we have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So you know, this is an interesting energy. That's the example that's coming through with this. Fun fact about Scorpio is, you know, with the sting on the back, of course, Scorpios, the Scorpio energy is quite diligent. It can also be called quite stubborn. There's a fixed sign, so they don't move. And what's happening is we're talking about a lot of change and a lot of moves. So Scorpio doesn't like to change, but right now energy is quite open. So you could create whatever you want, but with the fear is the story that's coming through the mind. Or example is the sting here. The Scorpio would rather sting itself than be captured or be you know, eaten by a prey or whatever that is. So they'd rather kill themselves than be killed by someone else. That's how stubborn a Scorpio is, like the animal. But it also talks about resilience, right? A tough shell, but they're complete mush on the inside. Similar to like Cancer energy, tough shell, but they're kind of soft and a whole softy on the inside, but can be a little bit stubborn. So that's saying like, yes, you may have to have been stubborn to make it through the situations that you were in, but that's the energy that you've got to, like, you know, work through your fears and say, no, don't be afraid of this new change. Don't be afraid of rising up. Don't be afraid of changing. And there's no hard and fast rule around this. You can create whatever you want. Yes, it's going to take time, but it's not the time to be afraid. I need to scoot the cards just a little bit. Yeah, so it's a very creative and fluid energy at this time that we have, okay? But don't let your fears overtake you. That's very, very important. And don't be too stubborn on it. So you interestingly have very polar energies. We have one energy of where like you're in two minds, and the other energy of like maybe like you may get hung up on just one idea and be like, nope, this is how exactly have to do. But this is a very powerful energy to have because it talks about flexibility. It talks about not being fixed. So interesting. Let's see what tarot has to tell us. I'm using the modern witch tarot this month. So Spirit, help me tap in further to pile three's energy. What does April have in store for them? How can they harness this energy? What does April have in store for my pile three? This is like big change, massive change going through. Look at that first card out, Emperor. Two of Wands. What is happening in April? What do they need to know? Okay. All right. I do not take reversals. Look at that. Bottom deck energy. Your awesome colors are yellow and orange. I, for the first time, got like a peachy or corally orange nails and never done it. Really days when I'm in two minds about it, but it looks like those are the colors that are coming through for you. I know not everybody's a female here or likes to get their nails done, but whatever. Yellow flowers, yellow things, yellow light. It's all fair play this month for you. Or orange. Those are going to be like proper colors. Look at that. Look at that. Another yellow orange coming out. Gold, whatever you want to call it. So what does April have in store for you? Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune, Emperor, 2 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Love it. And then we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Sun. Sun is the brightest of them all. The happiest card in any deck. Excuse me. So yeah, what I'm looking at, again, it's like with the Wheel of Fortune, you have Jupiter and Saturn energy coming through. This is the time to really let your cup overflow. Okay, what is your heart asking you to do? Like, there's like actual heart on this card. I've never seen that in any other deck, but yeah, it's like your heart is calling you in a particular direction. This is the one that we're talking about, like, you know, we're pretending everything is fine, even though we've been living in a very different expression of ourselves, which doesn't resonate. So we've been just ignoring all the swords in our back, and that's this energy, right? Chaos and conflict. Coming out of that, but the number 10 is the ending. So putting an end to that, because finally you're listening to your heart and you're coming out and shining. And as you're doing that, this is also the card of Leo. This is a major arcana. So Leo energy is the 5th house energy. It is the energy of creation. That's the business, small business entrepreneur. That's sports, that taking risks, that's children. Everything creative sits in the house of Leo. So it's like taking center stage, coming out and shining, embracing our inner child, and like really going after how we would create things. Okay, so that's really opening up for you as you choose to put things to rest and claim your destiny. Okay, it is time to claim your destiny. I'm really hearing that. And again, this is like the fork in the road. However you approach it, you will come out on top. Emperor is Aries major arcana. Again, so you have 3 major arcanas over here, 1 ending, 1 beginning, and then having the choice, like which path do you want to choose. The biggest thing like this too, like coming next to destiny, comes through is like, don't sit, because you have like the dual energy here coming twice. Don't sit in indecision too long. Just decide, go with whatever option you want to go with. There's no wrong option. There's no wrong path. Both paths will lead you to success. You know, there's either the right choice or the choice with the lessons. So there's a right way and there's a long way. That's all it is. There is nothing wrong with any of the options. However, what happens is when we succumb to our fears, because we don't know what the exact outcome is going to be for the path, we tend to stall. We tend to stall our creativity. We tend to like pause and say, let me decide. And then that's how we lose the energy. But the Emperor card coming out as the very first card, again, Aries energy. We may have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in the group here. We may have, yeah, Sagittarius again, I pick up with this. Maybe some Capricorn as well. And Leo, of course, and Scorpio. Anyway, all the signs are here, no point. But the Emperor coming out as your first card is showing you that you have the seat of power. You have the authority of how you want to live your life. It's just the energy of tapping into it and owning it. Again, look at that. The Emperor taking over the reins of your life and getting out of chaos and conflict and just embracing your own sexual power, your own inner powerhouse. That's what's happening. And this is all open to you this month, okay? So let's see, Spirit, can you guide us more for pile 3? How can they harness this energy? What is the advice? Woo! That went fast. Okay. The first card flying out is the King of Wands. Look at that, because we just don't have enough fire, do we? This pile is fire, absolute fire. So what's the advice we have? There's like one card hiding, I think, behind this. Oh, because we did not have enough fire. Look at that, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. There's a divine couple showing up over here. Right after we have the 2 of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups. Oh my goodness. Are some of you like getting into a new relationship that you've been like holding off on, because that's the energy I've been picking up. There's something that you've been at for a while, but you haven't embraced it. Anyway, let's get a couple more in advice. We got the 10 of Cups. Wow. And our last card out is the Ace of Swords. Okay, look at that beauty. 10 of Swords and Ace of Swords. So end the mental chaos and just clearly think through where you want to go after. This is what is going to bring you ultimate happiness. Again, there's a family fulfillment card showing up. There's a pair showing up. There's a pair showing up. So there's a divine pair showing up throughout. This, again, if it's not related to, what do you say, like a relationship, this is an energy of like, it's a divine pairing of your passion with the actual output. Okay, so whatever you're drawn to is perfectly matched for you, or you're drawn to something because you're in true alignment with it. It's gonna, again, show compassion to yourself. You can tap into your own divine feminine and masculine to become the emperor. But again, your biggest advice is what gives you creative fire, what drives you, what makes you get out of bed every day. That's what you need to focus on, because that's going to bring you the clarity of what does not belong in your life, right? To cut that out. And once you cut that out, you completely focus on what is your true partnership, what is your true mission, what brings you true happiness. And this could very well be like, okay, you know, I want to get into, moving with my partner. I want to buy that house. I want to do whatever. It could be like, no, I want to move to a different place and completely change my destiny. And I want to, build from scratch and, create my own, or build my own home. I don't know, something like that. But that's what Spirit is saying. Like, you have harness into this fire power within you, because you have fire, 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 fire. We have enough fire. Okay, we had the Sun card that I put back. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So there's a lot of it's like, self-launching energy that I'm picking up on. So take advantage of that, because that's what's going to bring you the most happiness. Ultimate happiness is what I'm hearing. Okay, fantastic. Pile 3. So let's get you 3 cards from my Master Angel deck and see what's the message from your angels. 1, 2, and then get this one 3. And we'll draw you your angel number as well. So the first one out, you got, by the way, you had 3, 3, 3, 3. Let me look at what else we got. You've got 2 2s, and that's about it. Okay, so we've got reconsider. Again, the sword energy coming out. So are there anything that you're getting in the loop of indecision? Okay, that's what this is. So clear that out. You really need to clear that out. You have remember who you, oh my goodness, remember who you are. Archangel Michael, and we have 2 Archangel Michael. This is from different decks. So Archangel Michael is really protecting you. If you believe in him, or if you want to pray to him, look into it. But there's a little prayer on this one. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. So there's your Archangel Michael protecting you. He also carries the sword of truth, and also the sword that destroys all obstacles. So you can meditate and ask him to cut out all the cords or the toxic cards that you have, and just like clear them out. He can help you with that. And then we have, this situation is already resolved. And the prayer over here is, I give any worries, cares, and concerns to you in exchange for true peace in all ways. Thank you for resolving this whatever situation in a divinely perfect way. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Okay, my beautiful pile 4, or pile 3. Not 4. Pile 3. Maybe like it's a succession. That's what I'm picking up. Let's get you your angel number message for the month of April. Spirit, what does pile 3 need to hear? What is their angel number for April? And what's the message? We got 10, 10. You have this card over here of patience, or this one over here, patience. And your mantra is I am patient. And the message here is keep your thoughts positive and be patient, as everything is working out for your highest good. trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. So again, 10, 10, completions and beginnings. You had 10 and 1s, very, very popular in your pile over here. So with that, again, I wish you much love and light. If you made it so far, do subscribe to the channel. Every click helps me grow. I would really appreciate it. And do comment below and hit the like button. But do comment below if this resonates, because I'm really curious to hear how this applies to your situation, okay? With that, much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.